again. And I got Bree the King and this motherfucker, the King.
It's only right.
And she run a super producer with her too, man. So I get 2 in. K-Star, y'all.
What's the word?
This nigga whole food.
Man, I do what I do when they let me do it, because I be doing what I be doing. When they let me. Yeah. Man, Bree the King, y'all. She gonna tell us about the label, what done happened with the adjustments and stuff, right?
Yeah, right. We're gonna talk about everything.
We got another big move.
We're gonna talk about everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Yeah, let's do it.
Our
What's it like being a mommy? First things first, man, because I know what happened, man. What's up with little mama, man? Shout out to mamas, yo.
First off, let me fill K in real quick. So, I come here to see the nigga last week, right? So he like...
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Blaxican. You can't call me a nigga.
You gotta speak into the mic also.
Yeah, you got swing, just swing.
No, I'm loud. Y'all don't hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but you know, the world gotta hear you too.
So,
That they hear.
I'm up here last week, right?
Right.
So, he like, Bree, I need you to come do my podcast, right? Come fuck with me. He like, you didn't, what's going on? You didn't fell back, you done became a mommy. I'm like, nigga, I've been a mama for 11 years.
Joe!
He thought, whole time I'm walking around with King and Corey all this time, he thought it was Nook kids. King is...
Man, that was ghost kids, yo. That what he told me?
He gonna kill me, he gonna hunt me. I just called him Nook on.
See? You get out jail, man. Bree.
What's up? Oh, but I will say this. Starting over 9 years later, it's like being a mommy for the first time all over again. Man, it's rough. It's rough. It's stressful. It's stressful at times.
Did she make the other ones move?
But
Did she make the other ones move?
She worked Corey like a dog. I say that. She worked my oldest baby.
Like. Do it. Raggedy. Start off with telling us how you became the CEO, Joe. Because I've been hearing stuff.
That's been a long time coming. Okay. That has been. I'm talking about like.
Did you want to be the king like John Stark didn't want to be the king? Did you want to be the king?
Not under these circumstances.
Okay.
Not under these circumstances. I mean, like, okay. So when Ghost passed, I kind of took rest in peace, Ghost. So when Bro passed, I was like, these hoes ain't fucking with me, and the King's still here. So I took on that title. That's how the Bree the King name came about.
I've been K-Star the King the whole motherfucking
You been K-Star King the whole time.
Hey, what y'all think I was playing at?
This my partner in rhyme, so it's only right. You lick the shit out.
Balls.
Hey, he just fucked that. Hey, he just curled that motherfucker.
I did that, Joe. Y'all gotta give me my props.
This nigga
40 plus, Joe.
Yeah, that's some skill right there.
Rose ain't fucking with me, for the record.
So AAU. Becoming the CEO of AAU. So we all know my pops is put up for a little minute. So
We're finna miss you.
Definitely. But before he left, like when he first caught the case or whatever, he was fighting for a few years before he even left.
Frank. For the record.
So basically he couldn't focus on AAU like we needed him to, and like he could before. So he left and everybody was like still working, still recording, but we kind of like
everybody had to
So like life took over for a lot of us, and everybody was like focused on their own shit, and then we didn't have the studio that we had before on Michigan. So everybody was basically like went their own ways, doing their own shit and stuff like that. I always wanted to just bring it back together. So like everybody still record and be like AAU this, AAU that. So I was like, okay, let's make it official. So
took the necessary steps.
pass it on down, pass it on.
Great.
But I just want to keep it going so that he can still come home to something like. And now we doing a lot of shit right. See that, and that's another thing that.
A few more business-minded people.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know that was taking place when we was out here. You know what I'm saying? moving around as AAU when we was out here doing our shit. Like it was a lot of people that had their hand in the pot and they wasn't making deposits though. So
taking away and not
exactly. So that was kind of it was only a matter of time for that shit went like plummeting down anyway because we had the wrong people in the circle.
You know, I've been asking jail. Like you supposed to have a little sit down, but Joe, I'm like, she told me something. I ain't gonna say it now because we got stuff to talk about. But like when you told me what you told me before you was coming, I'm like, Joe, she told me this, but she might be a little shy. He was like, whoa, whoa, because I ain't get the surface when y'all did the little Texas. When y'all went to Texas and did what y'all did.
Right.
I only heard bits and pieces.
Okay.
And it was really, you like was the sister, the girl. So you know they gonna bypass y'all, not even looking at what y'all doing, the ability or none of that.
Right.
But they was like ghosts, jail. You had
Yep.
props, the overheads.
Yeah.
They talked about what they saw and not what was in front of them.
Right.
So that's why I was like, man, she rubbed me off like she shy. Do you think she? Cause she
know
told me
what?
this.
I told you what?
Like, hunya. I'm like, hunya. That's a lot of breathing.
Nah, you know when the beat come on, but I am shy though. I am.
See?
I'm very
Oh,
shy.
Uncle D. Judge, you can't really be right there, man.
I'm shy until like the track drop and until I'm on stage. Like, and what's funny is I don't know how to be that person like normally. Like I can't just, I don't know how to just shut it off. Like I'm super shy. But then I go in the booth and then it's
somebody else.
It's
The
different.
king, bitch.
I don't know. It's just totally different. But like I do know what you talking about. Like back when we was like when we was doing the South by Southwest every year and stuff like that. I think I was overlooked a lot, but it was more so because my dad was the CEO. It's like it's a lot of shit that he couldn't take. Kay would agree with me, right?
I mean, it's a complicated situation. And then on top of that, you know, music was different then. And on top of that, you know, how music was distributed and how business was done was different then. And we talking about, let's just be clear, we talking about 10 years ago. We talking about 2012. You know what I'm saying? So there was no Spotify. There was no streaming. There was no DSP. So you was going through like,
and the internet really, you had to know.
You had to know somebody.
Yeah, Instagram was like just
really
becoming a thing, right?
Facebook was the shit.
Facebook was the shit. So, you know, we don't want to like try to, you know, we are definitely still, we not like fucking like old heads, nothing like that. We was just put in a good position.
Definitely seasoned though. You can say seasoned.
Yeah, you know,
very
we got experience
seasoned.
and tenure, you know what I'm saying? So it's nothing to be dismissed. So back then things were a little differently when you talk about how you can really get your shit out here. So when you say overlooked or I think that's one way of looking at it. I also look at it as like from a business perspective, motherfuckers they think they know the formula.
But no, like not like I wasn't saying like publicly. When I said that, even though I do feel like that too, to a certain extent, but I meant like within, like in-house, like it was, I felt like my dad pushed the guys more.
Right, because like,
that's exactly what I was
that's
saying.
what I mean.
Cause he'll see me and be like he'll show me off lyrically in a minute.
Uno más.
So this is what I mean, sis. Like music was different then. So we talk about relatability, right?
Right.
So if the CEO was a woman, it would be different because the relatability in the music gratitude.
Well, what about Deborah? Deborah, Waka Flocka Mama.
Well, that's what I mean.
She had girl artists, but her priority was
her son.
What was in front of her, right?
Well, what her son was doing was also working. It wasn't much that she had to do for that to go. That was already going. It's like holding on to a roller coaster that's about to go down. It's already going down.
No, but you know what? Like, yeah and no.
So I mean, I don't.
We know she ain't get it because the brother was around.
Because look,
that's what I'm
look.
saying. So
it wasn't. Can I just say this one time? You know,
one time for the one time.
no pun. It was a dick thing.
But once again, it's relatability. It's bars relatability.
She was trying to fuck.
Like she was fucking niggas up.
Look,
She was fucking niggas up on bars. But the thing, remember, I produced for all of them. All A-L-L. All of them.
A-A-U. It was
A-A-U. All of us. I produced for all of us. So with that, it's like I can understand how Big Dog can hear a bar from J.O. and be like, that's fucking crazy, man. But I'm hearing the shit she's saying, and I'm like, you don't fucking hear what she just said. That triple entendre.
But the
it's
killer
not
part
hitting
is
hard because
he did though. He would be like, I kid you not. This is always how it went. I would go, and Kay know this. Kay can vouch for me. I always record privately.
right.
So
Nobody in the booth?
nobody.
Oh, you shy.
Nobody.
I want everybody around.
But no, because what happens is when the guys are there, it turns into a party. And when I'm working, I want to focus, and then I'm very, very hands-on and precise about my sound. Yeah. Like me and Kay, we just work very, very well together. And every single outlandish ass idea I got, he understand. And if he don't understand, he gonna work his ass off to make that come. You know what I'm saying? So people around is too much of a distraction. So he would. So anyway, it would always go like this. I go to the studio. Me and Kay will put something down. My daddy will hear it later and call me or come to the crib and be like,
"That's what you want?"
Bree, I heard. So my music was never something that he doubted. It was never something that he didn't feel was relatable or good enough. It was the image. This is around the time where I'm not a teenager no more. I'm becoming a woman.
To my next question.
So it was a lot of shit that he'd be like, "That's a dope ass record, Bree." But now it's video shoot time. And he like, "You in that? I don't like that." Harder video. Harder was the very first video I ever shot. And I walked on the set and he damn near fainted.
Anime, come on.
Fainted. So the music was always, he always supported. It was, I think, like him looking at his daughter becoming a woman that he could not
That's still, like I said, relatability.
Because if I was wasn't his child, if I wasn't his daughter, it is.
That's what I'm saying. He can't relate to the fact that this
the
is
big guy probably still would have bought into it if he wasn't his kid because of
No.
If this wasn't his daughter and that's what he had invested into, like he invested in, he was definitely invested into her music. That's because he was a super fan. But I heard it out of his mouth himself. He was like, some bars it's just hard for me to ride down the street
and listen to
shit.
So
prime example. And this is something I hold over his head till this day. Because every time I used to talk to him about these things and be like, "Pop, I feel like you doing my music different. You treated me different." He always act like he can't hear it, like he don't understand what I'm saying, right? So I'm talking about I had hits. Like I'm in the studio, I'm recording. Me and Kate, I'm sleeping in that bitch. I'm talking about sleeping in the booth. We doing 3-4 songs at a time. Like, so I talked to him like, "Pop, this song right here, Middle Fingers Up, that's a hit. Red Carpet, that's a hit. I got these bitches. That, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going crazy. And you vouching for it, you liking it, but you ain't putting no budget behind it. You ain't helping me push it." He like, I don't hit a record that's the one. So I'm like, okay, cool. I talked to Ghost about it. I had talked to Ghost about this plenty of time. So I tell Ghost, let me ghost write for you. Let me just ghost write a song for you. I'm trying to prove a point. No, Ghost a rapper. Don't get me wrong. I was saying I wanted to do some records for him because I'm trying to prove to Pop like how you saying that I don't have a hit that's good enough to be a single. But watch what happened when I tell you this song Ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch what happened when you don't know I'm behind this record.
That's me.
I wrote He Ain't Got It, word for word, bar for bar, the hook, I wrote everything on He Ain't Got It. Yo Gotti on it.
Ooh.
It's a fucking Yo Gotti feature. And the song was it. Like, he ain't got it as a hit. Yo Gotti put it on his mixtape. I said, wait a minute. And that was Ghost's second single. I said, how?
Yeah.
I wrote that song.
Would you feel the same doing it now for somebody else?
I would like to ghostwrite.
I don't think that's the
Now,
point
that
she
ain't the
was
point I'm making.
That's maturity. Cause it ain't gonna always be you.
That's
But
true.
it's you.
That's true. But I would love to ghostwrite. I enjoy it because I feel like it's a lot of things that I come up with a lot of bars that don't fit me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big Dog keeping it a billion. Like, as a producer, not just a beat maker, and not to shout down anybody who make beats, because you know I do that shit too. But as a producer, I contributed bars, I contributed arrangement, I contributed melody, I contributed, like, my job
That's
is
artist
to get.
development. You're supposed to know how to do that.
Our job,
when somebody come to you
when
for
she
a
come
job.
to me with an idea, that's my job. My job is to bring that idea to life, and you get a double whammy because I engineer also.
yeah.
So it's like, not only are we gonna make this idea right here, right now, I mean, we're gonna drop this bit, like, we're gonna record this shit. Like, it ain't just us making an idea and being like, we're gonna go to the studio and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay, this is it, this is where we at? All right, let's go. And we record.
Hey, and on that note, like, same thing with the guy you go to for the video.
Yeah.
He got to at least like the song before he can give you his best ability. Because
Before
what
he
am
can
I
give you a
looking
treatment.
for? Because you got to listen to have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Just wandering the camera ain't
'Cause
gonna
you
work.
can hear somebody.
You need a rig dog, man.
We in Chicago.
You hear a
You
song
need a rig
that
dog, man.
suck. You hear a song that suck. You gonna be like, I don't see this shit. I can't see this.
But you know what? If you up the ante, you still do that shit. So that's what I was gonna get at, man. Like, we need to foster. I go a lot of places, big dog. A lot.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, I go a lot of places, big dog. And we need to foster a community where we can really encourage people to be creative and, like, not be on no sucker shit. Like, what be happening is motherfuckers be like, I want shit that sound like the other motherfucker. And
I need a
that's
tight beat.
Tight
Yeah.
beat.
I hate you
Exactly.
motherfuckers.
But you know, I don't shit on them if
I
they
said that.
practicing. You gotta practice, you know what I'm saying? But, like, when it comes down to it, like, have an idea of what you wanna do. And if you get to work with a producer or a beat maker or somebody that can help you, like, really create something different, it might sound like real left field in the beginning. But you keep working on that shit and you keep bringing these ideas to life and you stay consistent, I swear to God, like, that's how you get that winning formula.
Yeah.
But people be too, like, it be so much weird shit going on here. And that's what make me be like, you know what, let me just still stick with who I stick with. You know what I'm
Because you just
saying?
get a lot of people that want to ride the wave instead of being the artist that creates the wave. You know what I'm saying?
We right back on that question again, like the wave and everything. I never thought you sounded like me. That was just a comparison.
Thank you. But
Yeah, she was the
So
she was out
look,
of
that's
time.
the question. Tell us about the comparison.
well, before Nikki, it was Kim. And if you and all the years that I rap, people would always say you sound like Kim, you sound like Foxy. And then Kim come out and people say she sound like Kim, and now I sound like Nikki. You know, it's good. It's just gonna always be the it person at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just always been that. But then a lot of people that became familiar with me as an artist be like, oh, you don't sound like Nikki. You don't. So it's just you're always gonna sound like the female that's it at the time. And back then it was one
That's
female
already
at a time for a while. Exactly.
Pardon about it.
So if you don't, you gonna sound like the female artist that was out at the time. And if you suck, then you suck because you don't sound like that art. You get what I'm saying? So it was just, but I never felt like I sounded like Nikki.
And you know, and for the record, you can still check the music and see for yourself. You know, it's always been like authentic, organic music. That's what Big Dog saw in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, he literally pulled me to the side and was like, you know, when we first started our deal, which, you know, I got signed to AAU. I didn't get no homie hookup.
Homie hookup.
I want my primary. You're not gonna give it to me.
I didn't get no.
We're gonna
home
get
cooked
K-Star back, y'all. K-Star coming back. We're gonna get the truth.
I didn't get no home cooked up. I worked for everything I got acknowledged for.
I remember.
Definitely did.
I'm gonna sneak one in.
You know, and so.
They don't even know you ain't from around.
What, from around where?
It's about now that's not quite accurate. That's not quite accurate. But I'm gonna tell you the story.
If you don't know,
this nigga from all over the place.
he international.
Right.
For real. Like
Right.
not even just
To the nigga that they gonna be like he
for
one
real.
of y'all. that dude up from out west, man, with dude now. You remember? Reed, can you give me top 5?
Top 5 what?
Dead or alive?
Of course it's Pocket Biggie.
Okay.
Of course.
Wait a minute.
I love
them
Pop.
greats, and they on everybody's list. You can't have
But they
Pop.
earn that though.
You can't have Pop. You can't
You
have
can't
Biggie.
kick them out.
Why? It's a whole nother genre.
It don't matter.
Those are
We do
grace that everybody knows.
legendaries forever. Alright.
We want your grace that everybody like. We want your grace because them everybody's grace.
Cool. Alright.
No Pop, no Biggie, no Nas, no Jay.
No Jay?
No Jay. You can go everywhere but that.
Or Eminem.
And give me 5.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Eminem in.
Eminem in?
He fought. He gotta be in.
Kiss.
He fought.
Okay.
Kiss, and then you didn't kick everybody else off my list.
What?
Jada.
It is a lot. It is
You
a lot.
owe me for that one.
But I really love Kiss. I love
Kiss.
X.
DMX.
X.
Let me see. Shit, no Jay-Z, no Pac.
You don't fuck with Snoop. You don't fuck with.
Okay, you think about it.
I mean, but
you
it
think about
depends on because it depends on if you're talking about like.
See?
I mean, it's different types.
That's why you don't name them other 4 or
It's
5.
different types of rap.
Them like the kings of the kings.
Like right now, everybody
But
mocking
regardless,
somebody. So
no.
give me the top 5.
Wait, but there's different types of rap. So are we talking about like you can say Snoop and you can say.
They yours.
You can say Master.
How's somebody gonna be mad at you about yours?
I mean, but you took some of my people off my list.
The greatest. No one can compare to them.
I love Kiss. I love X. I love Jewels. Like lyrically, I think
Santana.
dope. And I gotta think about it.
You think about it and
Who
you give
deserve
me your
the other
fact because
2
you look
spots?
like you got it already. You
My
got it.
5, to be quite honest, it's gonna be Busta Rhymes.
Ooh.
People be sleeping on blood. I can listen to it's Busta Rhymes, it's Outkast, it's
That's a group.
but they still won.
No, you can pick one.
You can pick both.
It's a group.
Them niggas go.
They are. We saying they're not, but we're talking about.
So you gotta say Big Boy under 3,000.
See?
No, blood.
Okay, we
they
got.
are Outkast.
Okay, Outkast.
Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott. That's 3. 2 more. I give you Snoop Dogg, and another person up there that I fuck with super heavy. That'll be my top 5. Damn, y'all gonna fuck with me for this, but 21 Savage, man.
I
A lot of people threw Lil Baby in there.
I gotta
A lot of them threw Dirk in there.
I gotta add.
The young boys that made they mark.
I saw 21 super tough.
I gotta add Kim and Remy.
Kim, Remy.
I'm a punchline type of like I like rappers that like got
So,
the metaphors.
I can say it now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this honey gonna separate all that.
Oh yeah.
This honey gonna do it.
That honey do it.
I don't think like I don't.
So is it a drum? Is it extendo? What kind of honey you got?
You just gotta listen. You
Well,
just
you
gotta
got a
listen.
honey.
Like, cause I feel like you skipping the whole interview. You thirsty for the honey.
No, look. I have time. I have time.
You thirsty for this honey.
No, but I'm saying
But
like,
I'ma let
this
y'all-
honey, like you did this to say, okay, boom.
No, I just
Don't be saying nothing about me. Like Will Smith. Keep the king out your motherfucking mouth. So is this honey like that? Is that what you saying?
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think it's like that. But I don't never like to. I don't like to be
your
the
own
judge. Yeah, exactly. I don't like.
It's cool when you know you
be
got
my
it.
own judge.
I've been telling people when I met y'all know I had a little crew. Y'all was some smoke, no bullshit. Like when they be like, where the gas at? I would have told anybody then, but they ain't listen to me.
You know what? A lot of people.
Pops too.
Him too. Yeah, he.
Cause I told him.
He could be pretty hard headed. Like, but I feel like we didn't get a lot of the credit that we deserved and a lot of recognition that we
Y'all
was
from
out here.
Chicago. You got to fight.
Yeah, that's true.
You gonna
That's
lose
true.
the championship 3 times in default.
That's true.
Before they be like, you know what, go on, let the Bulls get 6 times. Cause when they let us in the door, it's gonna be.
I learned a lot. Even going, I just appreciate. I appreciate the run that we had, even the losses that we took, because I learned a lot.
That's the maturity. I just said.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot of shit not to do and a lot of people not to fuck with.
How you come up with 100 and you don't drink or smoke, or you just have your life up? You life high.
You know what? I'm scared a lot. So many people be like, you should try to get high and you should try to go to the studio
You never
high.
did.
Hell no. No, have I ever did? I've smoked before, yes, and I was paranoid as fuck, and I was like, this will never happen again. So no, I learned as like a teenager that I didn't like smoking, I didn't want to do that, and then just liquor, I don't know, yeah, I don't. But I could drink it like if it's fruity and it don't too much taste like alcohol.
Man.
And then if it just creep up on me, then that's that. But I can't get past the taste of liquor.
And T-Row had a move at one of y'all little functions down in the 5th one of them summers. And then
That punch.
ring thing.
Man.
With the little light up cup.
Man.
That's the infamous punch.
Man. Put you on your ass.
We gonna buy some, y'all. We want in on the road
That shit, boy.
That shit had a party.
Now I can
Did you
drink
do
that. I can drink that.
Cause you gonna drink
It
enough
tastes
to get
good.
Yes,
It tastes good.
They're like lean.
It's the smell. It's just the smell and
Right, like
taste.
she put.
I can't.
Big shout out to AT Row too, cause
I was
I've been
about to say
using
that
the Weaseling, man. I've been using the Weaseling.
That's dangerous. That
I've
shit
been
is
using the
devil.
Weaseling, man.
That
It
shit
goes
is
on
devil.
everything we buy. I be splashing like one, cause I ain't want to give when she gave it to me. Somebody was here and they was like, "Yeah, I feel." I'm like, "Check it out."
She like a jack of all trades. She got everything.
He said she can buy her own.
Yeah, like, this my gift. Like you can't bearing gifts, so that's cool. Man.
I'm a spicy food kind of guy, and that shit was still smacking.
It's good.
It's good. Like your nose will be running, and you will still be. Like,
You need time, man. Like
I'm saying it's good, but
well, you ain't have to do me like that.
your nose will be running, you still be trying to eat it. So I say that to say, like the food be so good, you can't stop. So I just don't fuck with it. I just don't. A restaurant for me, man.
I don't know.
I cook you some noodles. You can't fuck with me on the noodles.
I ain't gonna do noodles.
But you know, we don't know what the future holds, though. You know, you never know what the future holds. You know, so we're gonna leave all opportunities and options.
No. You
It's
not
unprofessional.
No, it's talking about. It's like lawyers. You go to a firm. You don't always get the guy you gave your money to.
Right.
So
He
even
can
if you
send
get,
somebody.
So that's different. That's different.
No, it's the same.
No, it's not.
It
Because
is. Because
now,
I'm doing the same job Rick
No.
Dog do.
no, it's not.
He
Not
just
the same.
couldn't-
the lawyer can't come to his client and say, my paralegal fucked up. This is the reason why you going to jail.
Exactly.
The lawyer fucked up. His paralegal ain't got shit to
They
do
normally
with it.
fix it before
They gotta take the L, right or wrong.
Look, again, if it's a good client, they normally fix it before it comes to jail time.
facts.
But when you're
That's
talking about music,
I know
okay, don't put that when that come on back.
back.
Let's fix it.
So D.
You put it out and didn't get the response.
Okay.
Everybody-
Put it in a different situation.
How about this? Look, how about this? Somebody paid for a Brianna Nicole feature. And I'm busy. I'm doing shows. I'm doing all type of shit. So I say, hey, write this verse for me. And now they get that shit back and they like, I don't really like your verse, Bree. I don't really like your verse. And I say, oh my bad. I had my homie write it for me. I had my best friend write it for me. I was too busy to write.
No, I'm gonna put it to you this way. That shit don't fly.
What about when it worked though? We can't always focus on the negative part. Because it worked in a lot of
that's
scenarios.
what people give a fuck about.
If
you let me
if
down,
it works,
if it flop, that's when we got a problem.
If it works, nobody asks questions. Nobody asks questions if it works.
Exactly.
Okay, if your barber running late.
What?
Look.
Yeah. Zero went to it.
Immediately.
Look at this
shit. I'm fucking you up. He ain't gonna be like, man, I let my intern,
Exactly.
You gotta blame him.
But it happens.
I'm finna tap back in with y'all.
Man, Brute, tell me something good.
I'm back working. I'm back recording.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing. That's like the best thing going on.
You got something
in my
special
life
for
right
someone?
now. You know what? I'm trying my best. I'm putting my all into pushing this song, Shake Something. Not that I'm not still recording, but that's my single. Yeah, the one you heard the last time I was
This is the song on Apple Music, right?
Yep.
Man, y'all need to go and like, share, subscribe to all the facts, or you'll hate it.
We trying to put the visual together right now. So trying to shoot that. We was actually waiting till it got nice outside, So we was waiting till it got nice outside because a lot of the scenes that I want require nice weather. So that's been the hold up on that. But I'm trying to.
You still gonna do the green screen thing
push
too?
that song. Yeah, like I still want to do that. Not only that, but I still want to do that.
Gotta be incorporated.
Yeah, I need to put it
need
in.
some weeds.
Because the song is just like, that's another thing when you're talking about artistry. Like, I don't know about everybody, but when I go in the booth and I'm putting the song down, I can see it.
Yeah, everybody can't do that.
Everybody can't do that. But that's why I say I'm really hands-on with like every aspect of my music.
You make me a beat then?
Now see, that's what I can't do. But I can sit right next to K and be like,
No,
K, I like
that.
I like that. Keep that right there. Take that out. See, I can do that.
Can you give me some air chimes?
Now the buttons probably confuse the shit out of me. I look at the buttons and be lost. But
your job and your job. I don't know how y'all. But I know people be like, man, how the fuck you do that?
and
with
see,
the
I
clock?
just sat next to my
But, like,
videographers the same way. But
computer shit, like I'm stupid.
yeah, I can tell you what I want, and you can press the button.
I don't even pay my phone bill. I don't want to go in the store, but I don't know how to use credit card shit. So I be like, honey, and she be taxing me like she run the phone store. That shit disrespectful. But I ain't computer savvy on no day. And when I went to jail, I got computer data processing certificate shit. And I don't even know, like maybe that was because it was multiple choice. I was, yo, and I wasn't hot.
But that's like anything that you want to get done. You're going to pay attention until it's done. Once you don't need that shit no more, you don't even think about it. You don't think twice about it.
No.
But like, Kay, I sit with him.
I could do everything.
I sit with my videographer. If I gotta go to another engineer to actually get a song that K-Star produced and I gotta get it mixed by somebody else, I'm going there. I'm gonna sit down like.
So you'll do that. You'll finish. You'll record with him and take it somewhere and let somebody else do
Certain songs have been mixed by other people.
Have you took other people's stuff and brought it to style like, hey, do you want to? You know that one thing.
Yeah, we've done that, but that hasn't happened too many times because I don't really
go to other people for beats.
Or even just to record. Like I have gotten beats from other producers and recorded it with Kay.
Right. Cause of house studio shit, that shit. Like,
cause we ain't even.
Chemistry
it ain't even been. That's
it's
exactly
more about
what
that.
it is.
It's more about the chemistry and shit.
It's more that than anything. It's more that than anything.
And then
because we ain't had our studio in quite some time. It's been a minute, and I did quite a few records since then that Kay didn't produce, but I be like, I get a beat and I like it. I be like, yeah, I like this one. I send it to you and let you hear how it sound. But Kay just I don't know, it just be, it's different. When you find somebody that you work so well with, and then like that shit come together, and it's exactly how I hear it in my head, and exactly how he hear it in his head, you gotta stick with that scenario. But then so many popped in my head all at once. But I remember when I did the song 26, right? I had got into it at the club, and I talked about that in that song, right? So I had a studio session the next day, and I went to the studio with Kay, and he was like, so what we working on? I had, like, I'm not going, this is not one of those sessions where I went in already with a song, and you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times that's how we do it too. But anyway, we had a session, and I had nothing to record. But I was like, bro, I wrote this hook, right? Not even the bars yet, but I got this hook. I got into it at the club last night. I'm finna write a song about these hoes. This hook done popped in my head, right?
Cold as shit up.
Real talk.
Cold, I could believe it.
And so the actual incident,
She was high.
I was not.
You was off life.
But no, I was at the song, right? I mean, I was at the club, right? I was at the club, and it was some girls that I knew from the hood. They was at the club, and I'm swinging my weave. I'm just having fun, and then the bitch complained about me slapping her in the face with my hair, some shit like that, right? And that's how 26 came about. And so
26 inches.
Yeah, so the song, the hook came as I'm on my way to the studio. So I get to the studio, I'm telling Kay the story. I'm like, I got this hook, right? No beat, and I ain't lying. So I'm like, I got this hook. He like, let me hear it. I'm like, okay, I'm flying down the air screaming, fuck a bitch. Fuck a bitch. Fuck a bitch. So I'm saying the hook. So he like, all right, keep going. I got my middle finger up swinging my 26. Yeah. 26, so now he catching the tempo, and now he got the tempo. He said, do it again. Okay, I'm flying down the air. That nigga said, dun, 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 dun. It was all from there. The nigga made the beat right there to exactly what I was saying. I swear we had the track in like, I wouldn't even say an hour.
You go.
I wouldn't even say an hour.
This is all after the
melee.
The melee, but the shit with Zooted, you know, so we ironed out the kinks with Zooted.
We did, because Zooted was our first song together.
After that, it was like, I bet. Run that shit back again. I know what you want. Like it was more like I trust you. Like I trust you. And you know what you're doing. And then she was like, nigga, you know what you're doing. I'm like, you know what you're doing.
We did so many songs like that. We did so many songs like that. I got like, I would say like 3 of my favorite songs. My songs that I wrote and I've recorded. 3 of my favorite songs were songs that I recorded to beats that was like 10 years old in K-Star's archive. Like, matter of fact, beats that not only were they old, he wasn't even trying to show me.
Nah.
He wasn't,
that's
like, Money. So Money, we had did a session. I can't even remember what song we recorded during that session. I want to say Hood Bitch, but I can't even remember, right? So it was time for me to go. I was about to leave. And Kay had a session after me with some different guys, like they was a singing group. So I was about to leave. And I'm waiting on my rad to pull up downstairs, so he didn't already started his session with them. And I don't remember, if you ever been to the studio on Michigan, no. So it was like 2 rooms basically. Like, so we had like a double room. You walk out of the actual studio where the booth was and where we recorded, and then it was like a sitting area. So I'm in the sitting area while he started his session with them. So he going through tracks trying to show them the track. And I'm trying my best not to peek in on them because that's rude, right? So he going from beat to beat, they ain't picking none. Money, come on. And they was like, no. I don't know the name of the track. I don't know how to describe it to them later on when I had to bust in. Okay, hey, what was that? What's that track? Just playing. Drop that shit in. Drop that down. And that was right. That was like while Loyalty is Royalty was about to drop. So Loyalty is Royalty don't even have the full Money song on there because the song wasn't even finished. That's how dope the song was. He was like, let's put a snippet on there. So we got that level of trust, I would say, with Zooted. Like, that's what it is. So it's the chemistry and the trust.
You want to show us now?
Show you what?
Get us a Honda. He did it.
Come on, we can do that.
That's up to y'all.
My people on here talking about.
Guess what, Joe? We gonna.
My people on here talking about. Do I still get it? Hold on.
Y'all finna see. Go on Instagram right now. I'm finna go live and give you a peek of what we got going on with this 100 bars. We be black.
Hold on. Alright, hold on. I spent a couple years out the booth, still the king of bitches. It ain't no bling on your boo, he'll never ring my digits. I'm always good with my crew, I'm talking finger licking. And they speak the little truth when they say we be tripping. Take passports to a whole nother map. You know we snap when we link, bitch. Get you some stamps, talking to God around that. Cause I'm starting to feel like my blessings late. But I was raised with weight money, I never had to wait. Real bitches see me as they mirror, so they gravitate. Let me just be a bit clearer, can you elaborate? I mastered the trenches, but I wasn't graduating. When I needed my closest bitches, they procrastinated. I poured my love in niggas, they evaporated. Never needed validity, but credibility validated. So when they see one of their own, they congratulate it. And those who want to see me on, I know they have to hate it. Two of my brothers passed on, like it's time to shake it. Spoke to my daddy on the phone, he like it's time to make it. I got a pops that got it out the mud to give it to me. If I could just make sure he good, I could kill my duty. I just want to return the love that he gave to me. Then move my mama out the hood, show him I can do it. Right now he's sitting in the bed, it's a blessing. Cause these niggas ain't valuing values, they neglect them. The shit the real to die for, they ain't respected. But shit that get some niggas killed, they accept it. Niggas used to put all their wills and protect it. This generation after, now they giving them weapons. Trade loyalty for lavishness and say they flexing. Believe in morals, chasing materials, get you resting. This shit is mind-boggling, we mind-following. I'm just stating facts, baby, I don't mind arguing. I ain't a saint, so I ain't one to preach. I just felt enough pain to wanna heal my peace. I done felt so much anger that I shield my peace. The streets got so much danger, can't conceal your peace. Gotta keep that bitch aimed, it ain't no time to reach. Cause all threats ain't a stranger, some of them made leaks, for real. I got a flavor, I can sell my fleet. Give a fuck about a hater, I gotta belt my knee. I'm trying to marry the paper, talking down one knee. You're looking for a bitch greater, you can down on breed. Yeah, I wreck shit, I'm moving through the debris. They looking for the best bitch, but can't get through to the breeze. So my professor, I can rap, motherfucker degree. And any motherfucker hear me, can't do shit but agree. We look like I'm from India, but I ain't gonna read. Don't give a fuck how hot she is, I stay up in the grade. And they ain't fucking with me, who disagree? Asking me for 16 like I ain't breed king. Just cause I'm an off-white, that don't mean that it's cream. I never followed the hype, but spit dope for the fiends. I got this shit in the bag, don't be a dummy. Wanna book me, gotta dig in your bag, go get the money. Bitch was thinking she bad, she looking for me. Catch the hoe and put her straight on her back, don't be like money. Shit be too funny, hoes thinking they dope. Till I show them my bars is when they think it's a joke. They know who the boss is, I'm better than before. I got that sauce, is biting like she President Joe. Who wants smoke, I can light up the fuse. Pussy feeling like the ocean, got him liking the cruise. Bishop put the plan in motion, got me back in the booth. And he never co-signed the bogus, only back in the truth. My nigga left out the dozy, he'll be back in the fuel. Under my pillow left the door like I was snagging a tooth. If you got it and you blow it, baby, show me the loot. I've been bad and I know it, I'm just showing you proof. If she pack a mean punch, you know I'm packing a few. Tracy and Keish got her back, you know I'm backing her too. Cross my legs and sit pretty like a lady should do. But if she don't know how to act, you know I'm acting a fool. I'm too smooth, but it's already known. Walk in the room and feel the food, this bitch is already blown. I don't fuck around with foolish niggas, leave me alone. I hate a clueless nigga, don't know how to speak on the phone. The fuck is wrong, y'all can have these new thugs. I'll take a weed smoker, y'all can have these new drugs. Pops a big homie, I was raised with true thugs. Before I left home, he told me what the rules was. This new buzz got him feeling the bitch, but I don't need the new love, ain't really feeling this shit. We be all in the club, he be feeling this shit. No making love but a lick like it came up a brick. I been it, I just waited my turn. They pay no one to get ahead, I just waited to learn. I ain't use nobody's bread, I just waited to earn. So shit, I can relax my head, cause I'm straight as a perm. I'm trying to get to where the icon's at. They say keep your eye on the prize, but my eye on that. I want a real bitch's eyes like they eye contact. Real bars, I ain't sitting with the iPhone cats. I got a star, ain't no price on that. And if I can't afford the price, then I'ma try on that. Niggas are pushing on their life, but I lie on that. So when you say on all I love, I can't rely on that. Now, would you believe me if I said I had writer's block? Before I fired all these shots like a sniper's Glock, I just spit 100 round drum despite the block. Just feel my fans wondering if I'm a height or not.
Facts! with a motherfucking P. Breed a motherfucking king.
Y'all say, can I still do it? I'ma always know how to do that shit. I'ma always know how to do it.
Tap in, Playboy. Members motherfucking only.
For life.